We all understand that going to bars and dining out every weekend can be costly and should be avoided. But have you ever considered that some expenses, which may not seem wasteful, could still be quietly draining your wallet? In this video, we'll reveal 6 expenses that may appear reasonable but actually have hidden costs that are easy to overlook if you don't examine them closely. 1. Books. Reading is a great way to learn, but buying physical books the old-fashioned way can be expensive. In the 90s, book lovers cherished hardcover first editions of Harry Potter books, which now cost around $30 each on Amazon. That adds up to $210 for all 7 books. But there are alternatives. You can find Harry Potter audiobooks and Kindle editions for free. Yes, they don't cost a thing. Plus, you'll save money, space, and trees since fewer paperbacks are printed. In today's world of Netflix, spending a lot on books may not be necessary. You can opt for digital copies or borrow books from your local library. After all, not all books are keepers. You might only read them once. So, why invest a lifetime of money in them? 2. Branded products. Let's introduce you to a basic idea in economics: the demand curve. This curve shows that when the price of a product goes up, people usually want to buy less of it. This makes the curve slope downward. But there's an exception with branded products. For them, it's the opposite. When the price goes up, people tend to buy more. This creates an upward sloping curve. Why does this happen? Well, it's because we think expensive brands mean better quality. This is called the quality price bias. Big brands often use this bias to sell average products at high prices. Here's the thing. Many top retailers make their products in cheaper countries like India, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. It costs them way less. So, that expensive jacket you buy might not be worth the high price just because of the brand name. Buying branded products might make us feel good, like we can afford them. But if you look closely, it's not always the smartest financial choice. If you take away the brand, you can often find a similar product for much less. So it's usually better to go for the unbranded version and save your money. 3. Brand new car. Buying a car isn't just a one-time cost, even if you don't finance it. When you think about the ongoing expenses like gas, maintenance, and insurance, the yearly upkeep in the US can add up to $9,000. You might wonder, isn't this the same for new and used cars? Well, that's the point. Fuel and maintenance costs apply to any car. So why not spend less on the car itself to reduce the overall cost? That's why getting a new car often doesn't make as much sense as buying a used one with low mileage. A brand new car can cost around $50,000 and loses 20% of its value every year. In fact, the moment you drive it off the lot, it's already 11% less valuable. Let's look at some numbers. If the initial price is $50,000 and it depreciates by 20% annually, a 2-year-old used car will only cost you 60% of the original price, which is $30,000. You can use the $20,000 you save in smarter ways, like paying off debts such as student loans or credit card balances, or investing it for future cash flow. Cars aren't considered long-term investments, they're actually liabilities. To achieve your financial goals, you should minimize liabilities and maximize cash flow. Buying a brand new car often does the opposite. If you want to learn more about creating personal net worth goals. 4. Technology upgrades. Do you ever feel like buying every new cool gadget that comes out? Well, think about it like this. Imagine it's summer, and you just bought a basket of 10 mangoes. You start eating them, and the first one is so delicious that it makes you really happy. You move on to the second, and it's still good. But as you keep eating more mangoes, your satisfaction starts to decrease. This is called diminishing marginal utility, which means that each additional mango gives you less happiness than the one before it. The same goes for gadgets. When you got your first Apple iWatch, it felt amazing. But when a slightly better version came out the next year, buying it didn't give you the same level of satisfaction because you already had most of the features on your old watch. So, instead of spending money on constant upgrades that don't make a big difference in your life, consider investing in things that truly fulfill you. Travel to new places, explore different cultures, learn new things, or even save your money. These experiences will help you grow as a person and discover what really matters in life. 5. Bottled water. We all know how important it is to drink enough water. But nowadays, big companies are using their power to make us buy water that should be free. In many developing countries, people have to buy bottled water because the tap water is not safe to drink. In contrast, people in developed countries often buy a lot of bottled water, like in the US. We end up paying a lot for water that comes from the tap and has been purified. This is not how it was supposed to be. The idea of selling mineral water in bottles became popular in the 1970s with a company called Perrier. They used a big marketing campaign to convince people to pay for water. They even supplied fizzy water to Buckingham Palace and made it seem like a fancy thing for elites. But most people were not elites. Perrier also targeted health and fitness enthusiasts, telling them that natural spring water was healthier. Even today, top athletes drink expensive Evian water to stay fit. However, in 1990, some Perrier bottles were found to have a chemical called benzene, and people stopped buying it. That's when purified tap water became popular. Companies like Coca-Cola and Pepsi saw the opportunity and launched Dasani and Aquafina. They didn't use mineral-rich water. They just sold purified tap water in plastic bottles. People had lost trust in so-called mineral water. Now we pay a lot for water that is basically the same as what we get from our taps. A 1-liter bottle can cost us $3, and if we drink 2 liters a day, that adds up to a lot of money every year. But we can save a lot by getting a water purifier and using a reusable bottle. Don't pay for water that should be free. Save money by investing in a water purifier just once. You can save $2,160 every year throughout your life. 6. Souvenirs. When you travel, like many people, you enjoy remembering your trips. So, you often buy souvenirs from gift shops during your excursions. But do these souvenirs really bring back memories later? Most people would say no. Besides, gift shops often charge a lot for items that you can get cheaply at a flea market. Unless it's something truly unique, like Tahitian pearls, having a rule of not buying souvenirs can save you a lot of money. In today's digital age, we have a better way to cherish our memories. We can take lots of photos that not only tell a great story, but also don't take up space in our homes.